so that we can add some information to the website, to the YouTube page. Now, I am going to ask one of you gentlemen, one of you nice gentlemen, so we just need to answer a question, answer a question from your perspective, right? What is up? Because some people seem to think that sport self-defense is actual self-defense. What are your thoughts on self-defense?
There's a difference. Self-defense is literally trying to survive a situation, an encounter. It's not about scoring points, it is about making it to the next day, the next situation. So you are training yourself to deal with an encounter that's probably going to be physical or dangerous, and you're making it out alive.
So how do you ensure that you train yourself for such an encounter?
Well, you train properly, you avoid fail tendencies, you practice as if it's a real life situation, and you keep yourself prepared for anything as much as possible.
What is a lot of people wouldn't understand what a fatal tendency is. A fatal tendency.
So, what we don't do is we don't practice things we know don't work, and then continue doing them. We find them it doesn't work, and that's gonna end up becoming something that's negative. We cut it out, we avoid it, we make a point to show you don't do this. So we avoid these things, ensure that when we are in the real world, that particular tendency doesn't lead to our fatality.
And just real quickly, can you give us an example of one of those fatal tendencies? Because the thing is, the average layperson wouldn't understand when you say fatal tendency. Sure. They wouldn't understand that.
All right, so
what is the actual example of a fatal tendency?
Sure. A quick one would be if you are punching, you leave your hand up. Yeah, you leave it there. We don't do that. The minute you punch, get your hand back, because you leave it out there, someone can get it, hurt you with it. You don't leave your weapons out in the open. Retract it and move on.
Okay. For the most part, when we train for real life situations. We don't train to say, look pretty on the streets, because we know that that's not going to happen. Whatever ideas or thoughts you have based on what you've seen in movies, forget it. That's not how it goes. The average fight doesn't last more than 30 seconds. The longer you drag on an encounter, the better your chances of being injured, hurt, or killed. You try to finish an encounter quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, right? If you can get out of there, preserving your life and possibly preserving the other person's life, then that's a plus. But you do what you have to do to stay alive and survive. It's the most important thing. Whenever you're in an encounter, in a fight, you have to be selfish. The killer instinct isn't you trying to be loud and how big you can make yourself seem, The killer instinct is that instinct to preserve your life, right? And the life of your loved ones and your family. That's why we learn self-defense. That's why I learned self-defense. I don't know about a whole lot of other people, but that's my reason for learning self-defense. So that when I get out on the street, if I have to protect myself or my family, I can rest assured and know that at the end of the day, one of us going home in an ambulance, and the other one walking away. I always want the person walking away to be me.